to mimic the old world character herself. In this case, to say the store was not what it appeared was an understatement.
"I just love it here,"
one of the Yelp reviews exclaimed.
"The products are all wonderful. The store itself is small and its products change regularly, but all of them are excellent. Dwayne Reed has more if you're looking for the typical drugstore products, but if you're looking for the perfect handmade scented candle or a unique gift for a friend or coworker, this would be the place to go. The hair and nail supplements made my pitiful strands twice as long in less than a year,"
one reviewer crooned.
"I swear this place is magic."
"Customer service is lovely, which is such a rarity in Manhattan," one reviewer contributed. "I've never met the owner, but her daughters, one or two of which are usually around to answer questions, are just the most beautiful and helpful young women you'll ever meet." "The store is never very full," one reviewer commented blithely, which is odd considering it seems to do fairly well. "This store is an absolute gem," said another, "and a well-kept secret." And it was a secret. A secret within a secret, in fact. Elsewhere, southeast of Yaga's apothecary on Bowery, there was an antique furniture store called Koschei's. This store, unlike Baba Yaga's, was by appointment only. "The storefront always looks so cool, but the place is never open," one reviewer complained, giving the store 3 stars. "On a whim, I tried calling to arrange a time to see one of the items in the window, but couldn't get in touch with anyone for weeks. Finally, a young guy, one of the owner's sons, I believe, brought me in for about 20 minutes, but almost everything in the store was already reserved for private clients. That's fine, obviously, but still, it would have been nice to know in advance. I fell in love with a small vintage chest, but was told it wasn't for sale." "Really expensive," contributed another reviewer. "You're better off going to IKEA or CB2. "This store is sort of creepy looking," another reviewer added. "There always seems to be weirdos moving things in and out of it, too. All the stuff looks really cool, but the store itself could use a facelift." "It's almost like they don't want customers," groused a more recent review. And they were right. Koschei did not want customers. At least, not the kind of customer who was looking for him on Yelp. Act 1. Madness most discreet. Love is a smoke made with the fume of sighs, being purged a fire sparkling in lovers' eyes, being vexed, a sea nourished with loving tears. What is it else? A madness most discreet, a choking gall, and a preserving sweet. Romeo to Benvolio, Romeo and Juliet. Act 1, Scene 1. Act 1, Scene 1. Enter the Fedorov sons. The Fedorov sons had a habit of standing like the points of an isosceles triangle. At the furthest point forward, there was Dmitri, the eldest, who was the uncontested heir, the crown prince who'd spent a lifetime serving a dynasty of commerce and fortune. He typically stood with his chin raised, the weight of his invisible crown borne aloft, and had a habit of rolling his shoulders back and baring his chest, unthreatened. After all, who would threaten him? None who wished to live a long life, that was for certain. The line of Dmitri's neck was steady and unflinching, Dmitri himself having never possessed a reason to turn warily over his shoulder. Dmitri Fedorov fixed his gaze on the enemy and let the world carry on at his back. Behind Dmitri, on his right, the second of the Fedorov brothers, Roman, called Roma. If Dmitri was the Fedorov sun, Roman was the moon in orbit, his dark eyes carving a perimeter of warning around his elder brother. It was enough to make a man step back in hesitation, in disquietude, in fear. Roman had a spine like lightning.